Welcome. This is our explainer on the Torrance Unified School District Board of Education meeting from January 20th. We're going to break down the key decisions that have a direct impact on employee compensation and working conditions. So let's get right into it.
So here's a quick look at what we'll cover. We'll start with the big news on the collective bargaining front, then walk through the related staffing updates, and crucially, the budget impact. We'll also take a look at what the district is saying about workplace conditions and safety, and then we'll wrap it all up with the key takeaways for you.
All right, the main event of the evening was definitely the board's formal approval of the new collective bargaining agreements for both CSEA Chapter 19 and Chapter 845. This was the final step, making the hard-fought terms from negotiations official.
So, what's in these new agreements? Well, the headline number is a 2.23% ongoing increase to the salary schedule. And this is really important. That raise is retroactive to July 1st, 2025.
On top of the salary increase, there's also a one-time payment of $1,500 for every CSEA member. This is specifically meant to help cover some of the health benefit cost increases we've seen over the past year.
And looking ahead, which is great to see, the district is increasing its annual contribution to healthcare by a really significant $2,000 per employee. That new higher contribution kicks in starting July 1st, 2026. So when you put it all together, what does that look like? This table lays it out really clearly. The salary increase, combined with that enhanced health benefit, adds up to a total compensation increase of 3.89%. And that's for members of both CSEA chapters.
Now, here's some important context from the meeting. This quote was from the public comment period. It was used to draw a sharp contrast between the CSA agreements and separate proposed raises for top-level district administrators, really putting the focus on the district's financial priorities.
Okay, moving on to staffing. The board also took care of several other personnel items that, while maybe routine, are still really important for our colleagues across the district.
All of this was handled in what's called the consent agenda, which gets passed in a single vote. The board officially approved new classified hires, promotions, and a retirement. They also signed off on revisions to the communications coordinator job description and approved several leaves of absence.
Of course, the question that's always on everyone's mind is, how is the district paying for all of this? And thankfully, the agenda documents give us a pretty clear answer on the financial piece. Specifically, under item 18.1, the board gave the green light to revisions for the general fund. What that means is they formally move the money around to make sure the funds are there to cover all the increased costs that come with our new CSEA contracts.
And this is the document that provides real security. It's a signed certification that goes to the County Office of Education. With these signatures, the district is putting it on record that it can in fact afford the financial commitments of these new agreements, not just this year, but for the next 3 years, all the way through June of 2028.
All right, let's shift gears a little bit and talk about our actual workplaces. The board agenda also had the annual school accountability report cards, or SARCs, and these are really useful because they give a transparent look at the physical condition of our school sites.
Now, while pretty much every school got an overall rating of good, what's valuable is that the reports don't stop there. They get into the specifics. For instance, the report for J.H. Hall Middle School points out a leaky roof in one room and a trip hazard from tree roots pushing up pavers. These are the kinds of details that are absolutely critical for staff and student safety. You know, what's also great about these reports is that they take a moment to officially recognize the essential work our custodial staff does every single day. They list out all those daily tasks, from safety inspections and maintenance to all the cleaning and setup that keep our campuses running safely and smoothly.
So let's just boil this all down. After all that information, what are the most important things for you as a TUSD employee to take away from this meeting?
Here's the bottom line. Your new contracts for Chapter 19 and 845 are now official, and they are fully funded. Your compensation is going up, thanks to the salary increase, that one-time payment, and a real improvement in health benefits. The district has certified that it can sustain these costs for the long haul. And finally, we have official reports that give us transparency about our workplace conditions.
And all of this leads us to a final, forward-looking question. Now that these agreements are locked in, the conversation naturally shifts to, what's next? This progress really lays the groundwork for us to keep advocating for improvements and for making sure every single employee has a fair and safe place to work. Thanks for joining us for this explainer.